Welcome to the Love Story Podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Green, where we are capturing the magic of every love story. Hi, everybody. Wagners. Are you the Wagners?
Yeah.
The Wagners,
Okay,
yes.
the Wagners.
The Wagners.
We have the Wagners in the sitting on the love couch, hanging out in the love studio today. So, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Laura Wagner.
And I'm Joe Wagner.
Perfect. Okay, so I met you, Laura, through working at the Chamber.
Yep.
How long have you been at the Chamber now?
Just over 5 years.
Oh my God, has it
Yeah.
been that long?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I started before COVID. So.
All right, we've known each other for 5 years. We have a half a decade long relationship. We should do our love story.
We should. Maybe we'll just stay a little longer after
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
And when this wraps, Joe, I need a few
Right.
more minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Wow, 5 years at the Chamber.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do the you keep everything humming along. So
Programs and events.
Yes.
Yeah, director
Yeah.
of programs and events. But yeah, like a lot of different things, working with a lot of volunteers. I really like
yes,
it.
yes. So that was how we met. Was I was one of your many volunteers that you had to herd like cats. So I appreciate you, and I think we hit it off right away. You had some shoes to fill coming into it, and I think people were a little bit skeptical about you, but you came in and you just kind of took the reins and ran with it right away.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that. I actually remember in the parking lot, I don't know where we were at, like Chamber Connection one time, and you were like, well, the last person did it like this, but you know what? You feel free to do it your way. And I was like, thank you. Okay.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out my way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like at that time, it was
Yeah.
like really early on. I'm like, but I appreciate that. Thank you. So I remember that, and it's kind of stuck with me. So I
Oh.
appreciate you for that.
Of course. So we've known each other for 5 years. This is my first time meeting your husband, Joe. So we can get a recap of what your last 5 years have been like, or we can go to the beginning of how did you guys meet?
Ooh.
I can start with this
Oh,
one.
okay.
So, well, it kind of starts with like me and your mom, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Ooh.
how the story starts. So,
Okay, like
No.
hurry
I
now,
met-
hurry and tell the story.
so I'm a teacher, and her mom is a teacher. So we taught
Okay.
in the same district for my first 3 years of my career.
Okay.
And so she would come into my room because on conference nights I wasn't very busy. I'm an art teacher, so I wouldn't get that many parents coming in, not as
Sure.
many as the normal. And then she was doing something on the side where she didn't really conference as much either. So she would come into my room and cut paper and get stuff
Okay.
done for the next day.
Okay.
And we would chat a lot on these conference
Okay,
nights.
let's be real. She would chat a lot.
She would chat a lot. I'm not as much of a chatter as she is, right? So of course she like just will randomly ask stuff like, "Oh, are you single?" and stuff like that. And so she wanted to
like
introduce.
kids?
Yeah, do I? Well, I'm a teacher, so I must like kids. Was her
Yes.
kind of mantra with that one. So the situation is that Laura was currently in Fargo.
Okay.
And her mom really wanted her to meet a nice guy in Little Falls so that she could move back to Little Falls.
Okay.
So, yes, I was teaching with her in Little Falls. And so eventually she had this idea that she wanted to set us up.
Like after all the important questions.
Yes.
Were
Yeah.
figured
Yes.
out,
Are
Right.
you a
she had
murderer?
the
No.
answers.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And do you like kids? Stuff
you a
like
nice
that.
guy?
Are
Are
you
you-
planning to stay in Little Falls?
Sure.
Stuff
Yep.
like that.
Sure. She pre-screened.
Do you like family, and will you do everything that she wants you
Right.
to do?
Right.
Family what? Like come
Yes.
to all of our family events.
Yes.
and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So at some point I had given her my email that she could pass on to Laura to contact me.
Okay.
Well, this was at the end. So I was on my tenure year, and it was my third year there, and they decided not to renew my contract for, various reasons, whatever. I won't
Sure.
get into that. But they decided they weren't going to renew me. And then when her mom found out, she wasn't going to give Laura my information
Ooh.
because she wanted to make sure I was going to stay in the area.
Wow.
Well, and then within like a month, I had gotten a job in Brainerd.
Okay.
And so I was going to stay where I was. And the moment she found out I was in Brainerd, Laura was like emailing me like the next day.
Well,
or
I
something.
wasn't. Like that's just when I got your information.
That's when you got the information.
Like we
Yes.
didn't find all this out, and like that she waited on giving
Yeah.
this information to me until later. So
Right.
she's
She had a plan.
yeah.
Yes. Master manipulator.
Yes.
Well, on my side, okay, I think
Yeah,
like
that's
similar.
my side
that,
of it. Yep.
Sure, that all happened. I found that
Yeah.
out later, and she would mention him every once in a while, and I thought, oh my gosh, and like no way, because yeah,
Anybody that your mom is setting you up
Right,
with
and
is
the-
maybe like,
yeah,
okay,
probably
Mom.
just not, and
Yeah.
I don't know that I was even ready to date or anything. I'd had, a relationship that a broken engagement,
Oh.
right? And like almost got to the wedding,
Wow.
like 6 months out and called it off.
Sure.
So I was like not quite ready for that. Sorry, I don't know how in depth we need
No,
to
we
go
go
on
as
this,
in depth
but
as you guys
Yeah.
want to go.
so I just was not even interested. And I think it was around the 4th of July when she finally gave me your information and like would not stop. She was like, you have to reach out. She got my sister on board.
Wow.
And so finally, like 4th of July weekend, I emailed him, and my sister like helped me put the email together of like, so you know my mom, and this must be weird. I'm sorry if she
Yes.
has forced you into this and like forced you to give
Yes.
her
Blink
your
twice
number.
if you feel safe around my
Yeah,
mom.
yeah. And I'm like, but like, hey,
Yeah.
I would just like to chat or like reach out. We can email. Like it was just this really awkward email, and he responded right away. And I think a couple days later we actually talked, and I was driving out to Minot, and we talked all the way from Fargo out to Minot, which is
phone?
like a 4-hour drive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
We talked the whole time.
And this was like 15 years ago, right? So
Okay.
it was like there was nothing else. Audiobooks that were still
Yeah.
on CD.
Yeah.
Like
Yes,
so
yes.
I was
So
like,
you're like, it's silence.
Yeah.
Or I'll talk
Or
to this
talking to
guy
this
that my
guy.
mom is hooking me up with.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I gave it a shot, and we actually had a decent conversation. And
Yeah, and I think with that first conversation was kind of eye-opening because we were both just so open and honest, and I think we had both been through some relationships that we maybe weren't happy with how they went, and it was like, I know for me at least, like I'm just done with like this being fake crap. Like I'm just
Sure.
gonna be me. I just laid it all out. Like I'm a nerd. I play trading card games. I play video games.
I pick my nose.
I-
Let me lay
I'm
it
kind
out.
of a big kid. These are my interests. I'm an art teacher. Like, if you like it, great. If not, then I'll move on. Because
Yeah.
I'm tired of playing, like, these weird games and
Yes.
having somebody try to change who I am and, like, not accept, that stuff. So, after that conversation with her was just nice. It felt very natural. I felt comfortable telling her all that stuff. And I don't know. I think you felt the same way.
yeah, I was
hopefully.
kind of like, okay, a lot to process there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, giant nerd wasn't
Yeah.
exactly on my
but like
bucket list,
upfront about it, so there's something
Yeah.
to be said about that.
Yeah.
At least I know. I don't know. So yeah, I had good conversations, and then we did finally meet up. So again, I was living in Fargo, he was in Little Falls, and we decided I came home for the weekend, and we met at the dam.
Okay.
At the park by the dam
In
and it
Little
was-
Falls?
Yeah, like
Okay,
and
is
that's
this a
where,
romantic hotspot?
Yeah,
all the
a
kids
lot
go
of
and
people
make
are
out.
going there. Like everyone goes there for prom to take
Okay.
pictures. Like very common. Also very public, So
Sure. If he is
In case
just
I was
in
a
case.
creeper, yeah,
Just
you
in
know,
case.
yeah.
Yeah.
We met there. But yeah, he was like leaning up against his car when I showed up with a baseball cap on. I was like, oh my gosh.
Were you swooning or were you like, oh,
Very hesitant.
She was
Almost
very
drove
hesitant
past.
early on. I was, like, all in, and she was very hesitant the whole time.
I
Joe
like
was
the
just
idea.
very open though,
Yeah.
and like, so he's just everything. I don't know,
So-
but he's just like very happy, right? And I tend to be a little more pessimistic or like glasses half empty, worst case scenario.
Yeah,
and
the way
Joe
he's
is-
leaning on that car.
Yeah,
It's just giving
I'm
me
like,
bad
I
vibes.
don't know. There's like a hatchet somewhere. Like
Right.
this is, but I stopped and we. I did park my car, and we
Did
talked.
you drive past? And then you were like,
I do think I
put it
did
in
a lap.
reverse.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think you did. I think you remember telling me, you told me that you did a lap. Yes.
So what's
Like
going through
I'm
your-
such a catch too. Just like I don't know.
Yeah. Am I willing to give up all of this
Right.
for the for the baseball cap guy?
Yeah, she liked using weird names like that because one guy you dated was engineer guy. You just called him engineer guy.
Well, he was
Yeah.
an engineer
Yep.
and
So-
would not let me forget it. So,
So now I guess I'm baseball cap guy.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. You started out, you were creepy art teacher guy,
Yeah.
baseball
Yeah.
cap guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we had a great date. Okay, so our date though, first date, I don't know how.
We just walked and talked and we held hands.
Yeah.
Ooh.
right away.
Okay.
So-
Fingers laced or cupped?
Cups.
I don't remember holding hands.
I do. I do.
Made a big impression.
So the bigger thing, the thing that I remember maybe the most, other than just like we talked about a lot of stuff and like conversation was really easy for us. We also though had this like side thing going on that day.
I'm interested.
My family is very involved. I am very involved in my family. I have a sister and 2 brothers. My sister is about 10 years younger than me. And again, this was like 15 years ago, okay?
And is this the sister who helped you
Yep,
draft up your email?
One and the
Okay.
same.
Yep.
She also was kind of dating at the time
Okay.
and maybe was dating for the first time, had used an app
Okay.
and was going on a blind date that same day.
Okay. Meeting at the dam too.
No.
Okay.
Lake George.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Lots of bodies of water.
Yeah,
involved in
I don't
these
know. I like,
romantic love stories. Okay.
Yeah, we like the water.
Yeah.
And my mom was like so upset, so worried. Yeah, like Katie was for sure going to be murdered. Like,
Wow.
and not
Because she hadn't pre-screened. And,
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it wasn't going the route that our relationship
Yes,
was going.
yes.
Wasn't like she had no control over
Yeah.
it. That was very scary for her. I love her, by the way. My mom, if she
Yes.
listens to this, I do love her, but a little like involved, we'll
Sure.
say, right?
Sure.
Use that term over manipulating. So Katie was on her date. That's my sister's name.
Okay.
And like there had been like, oh, you're going to stay in touch with us. You need to text us and be in touch X amount of times. You know, we want to hear how things are going and that you're alive and all these things. And at first she was like really good about it. Right.
Oh,
and
until she got murdered, obviously. Then
Right.
she can't be in contact.
and Joe, I think I was upfront with you about it.
You
like,
were. We were kind of like reading messages and kind of keeping up with this saga as we were trying to have our date.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we were back at my house watching a movie, and then
Well, that was
stuff
later.
That was later.
Well,
but
yeah,
we'll get
eventually.
there.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
so that was happening, and like
Okay.
things were going fine, and then all of a sudden, it was like she
Yeah.
ghosted us.
Yes.
Right, and my mom like wildly upset and like fearful and
Yeah.
like what is happening? Why can't Katie respond to us? Whatever.
Yes.
And we're like, I was keeping her calm, keeping things at bay. Our date was kind of wrapping up, but Joe was like, "Oh, let's go watch."
We were
a
watching
movie.
Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's
Because
New Groove.
I love
Love
Disney
it.
movies. I love animated movies. A part of my
Yes.
nerdness. So I had to introduce her to that right away. Like, we're
Hadn't
watching
seen it.
cartoons.
seen it?
Well, now I've seen it a million times, but at the time,
At the time, she hadn't seen
Were
it.
you
never seen
thrilled that you got to give that experience?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And I've given her a lot of those experiences.
yep, a lot of things
So-
that I didn't know
Yep. Yep.
about anime and other
Yeah.
nerdy
Yep.
trading card
You knew what
games,
you signed up
whatever.
for.
I
So,
did.
yeah.
I was aware.
Yeah.
So we're watching the movie, and like my mom is just like spiraling, right?
Sure,
and
of
she's
course.
involved 2 other friends of my sisters that happened to be home for the weekend. They came over, like she's in tears. I'm getting these texts, and she's constantly calling and like ruining our date,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
this is going pretty well,
Yeah.
but ruining it. And finally, she was like, "I'm calling the police.
Wow.
I'm calling the police."
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay, so." We're gonna end our date because
Yep. She had
cops
to
are
leave
getting
early.
involved.
Yep.
this
Yeah.
disaster is happening. And I need to try to stop it.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the more fearful she was, the more fearful
Of
I got
course.
too. And like, we were at that point of like, Katie, what is your problem?
Yes.
Text us back. All we need to know is that you're
Just
alive.
send a
like,
thumbs
that's
up.
it.
Yep.
Something, right? Just nothing. Right. So get home. These 2 other friends of my sisters are there. They're all in tears. Everybody's like
Mm-hmm. Wow.
just so worked up.
Yeah.
Before I left, I think I did kiss Joe goodbye. Do
did.
you remember that?
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think you also said, I won't blame you if you don't want to see me again because of my crazy family.
So
Something
you
to
tried to
that
get
effect.
in, get
Yeah.
the lip lock
Yeah.
done right away.
Right away,
In
yeah.
case you never get a chance to see him
Right.
again.
Maybe.
Yep.
Was that the approach?
I think so. I think so.
I never thought of it
You
that
grabbed
way.
him, and his mom is like, "Are you safe?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Text your mom back. So anyway, get back. My mom did call the non-emergency line. We
Okay.
talked her into the non-emergency
Yes.
line.
Yes.
Called the police, asked an officer to go over to Lake George to try to find her.
Okay.
And they were nice enough to do it. Thank you, St. Cloud PD. Like, they were nice
Yeah.
enough. They said they would. So we were like just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yes.
You know, pacing around the house. Didn't hear back from her. And finally, like a couple hours later, she came through the door, like no big deal,
Oh.
right? Well, her phone had died.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and she
sure.
didn't know anybody's phone number.
Of course not.
But the police did find her.
Okay.
And she was just on like walking around Lake George with this guy.
Were they holding hands?
They were holding hands.
Okay.
Enjoying themselves,
Yeah.
just having a good time, chatting as we were on our date as well.
Yes.
Just a normal
And all
date.
of a sudden, 3 squad cars pull up.
Pretty
and,
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And they had like just gotten in the car and they were like saying goodbye and like getting ready to go. And the police officer literally like knocked on her window.
Yeah.
Like she rolled it down. He's like, "Are you Katie?" And said her last name, whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah." He was just like, "Call your mom," and walked away.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, damn,
Oh,
I gotta
no.
get home.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
date is over."
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were so nice to have done that. But yeah, that's how our first date then
Yep.
ended.
Sure.
Was the chaos of my sister's first date with this random guy who she
Okay,
only
so
dated
she's-
a couple of more times.
Okay.
So
it wasn't even like he was a keeper.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of hassle for that. But it was fine. Everything worked out.
Yeah.
But like that's our first date story now.
Yeah.
So
Well, luckily it went that route, and not like, and that was the day we never
my
saw my
gosh.
sister again.
Oh, yeah, that would be-
But you
yeah.
know, like you're in it and you're thinking that could be.
absolutely.
Like, not that Lake George isn't safe. It completely is.
Right.
And I would never think that. But just, the off chance. We
Right.
didn't
Well,
know this guy.
we don't know that he
and-
didn't take her to a second location or
100%. Ashley,
Yeah.
thank you for understanding
Yeah.
that. And my mom just being wildly upset and
beside herself.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first date ends with like a little victory, and okay, everybody's okay. You made it out of your first date
And
alive.
did you even reach out to me at the end to see if she was okay?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know that he did.
I'm pretty sure you just let me know because I think I said like let me know what's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
So-
Maybe.
Level-headed,
Yep.
reasonable man?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, are you catching on to that? And I'm like the.
Do we need to start a 15-year
I got
fight
my-
right now?
I like this assessment that we have going on right
I got
now.
my
Yes, very
theatrics
accurate.
from my mom. Thank you.
Yep.
And if
Joe,
I
it's
recall, you
my
didn't even
call.
reach out to me, so
Pretty much.
now
I
we're
didn't
fighting.
think of that
Wrap
until
up this
just
podcast
now.
right now.
Yep.
Well, we did go out the next day because, I was only home for a couple of days. So
Yeah.
we needed to. And the fact that he was willing to just see me again after
Yes.
kind of the chaos of our
Yeah.
first date, I
You
was
got
like,
that sweet, sweet smooch, and you
I
were like,
maybe-
"Yeah, my
yeah.
sister's okay. Let's go again."
Yep.
So we went to the zoo.
Which
we
zoo?
did. Pine
The
Grove
Little
Zoo.
Falls Pine
Little
Grove
Falls.
Zoo.
I think we had
Oh.
Perkins too, didn't we? Like
We
for
did.
breakfast. Yeah. So what-
I mean, there's, it
Nothing
was
wrong with Perkins.
great. I know.
yeah.
So
I think we had
romantic.
breakfast and then we were like, yeah, let's hang out a little
Let's
bit
go to
more.
the
We went
zoo.
to the zoo,
Okay.
walked around, saw the animals, and
Is
that was
the
fun.
Little Falls Zoo like a great zoo?
It is a great zoo.
Okay.
Now it is. Like, it used
Okay.
to be really bad.
I was really surprised by the Brainerd Zoo at like how like kind of robust
The
that was.
safari one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safari Zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. Very different styles. So I would
Okay.
encourage you to
Check out the Little
check
Falls
out
Zoo.
Pine Grove because
Okay. Maybe we can get them to sponsor our
Yeah, there we go.
podcast.
There we
it's
go.
a great zoo. So yeah, we were there, and I think in front of the tigers, and yeah, Joe went in for some kisses again.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was super embarrassed and told him that I knew people and better
Yeah,
not.
I can't be caught.
But you also
smooching.
didn't resist, and it
Well-
takes two to tango. So you can't put it all on me.
The tigers are expecting a show
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, people can't see us like making out at the zoo here. Like, what's going on in broad daylight?
in front of these
Oh my
tigers.
gosh, I have a reputation to uphold. So yeah, our family teases us a lot about that. Like anytime the zoo is mentioned, they're like, "Oh, you guys gonna go over there and make out in front of the tigers?" So that was our second date, and it's kind of just gone from there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. And it was
Okay.
like we had a little bit of a long distance relationship at first because she was
Sure.
in Fargo.
Yeah.
I was in Little Falls. So, but yeah, it was many of, would be weekends of me going out
You were
there.
gonna say many moons.
No.
Many moons. Of,
There were weekends of me
dating.
going out there to visit, and then obviously you come home to see your family. So it worked
Yeah.
out, and it's not that far of a drive. I'm used to a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So my family lives in the city, so it's a 2-hour drive from Little Falls. So
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. So how long were you doing the long distance thing before you ended up obviously moving back here?
Well, I wasn't like sold on this.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like,
Right. It wasn't like immediate that she was going to,
Yeah.
because we did a camping trip fairly early on. I went camping with your family.
Had to vet him. Yeah. And
Yep.
let's go into the most stressful, life-threatening. Like we're camping with family. So
Yep.
Well, and there was a really bad storm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was an actual like tornado spotted in
Wow.
the area, and
Okay.
So we go camping with a bunch of family friends. So there's like 30 to 40 of us usually at this campground and
Sure.
group campsite, whatever. And he came along and he had his own little tent because
Yes. Save room for Jesus.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
And yeah, we needed to like pack up some stuff and then hang out like in the women's bathroom because
Ooh.
that was the safe place against tornadoes. And I remember like really had not done any camping. I remember being like, grab the absolute essentials.
Yeah.
What do you need out of that little tent to like make it through the night? You guys, he grabbed his baseball mitt, a baseball bat, and what was the third thing? I think a hat. Like no clothes.
Yeah. Like this is the only thing that survives.
I
can
grabbed
like
my
thank God he's
baseball
going to be able to play
equipment.
baseball.
Yeah, I can start a
right?
Field of Dreams team out here.
Yep. Yes. Yep. What did you?
I just grabbed the first thing I could grab, pretty much, is what I did.
In a
But,
panic, he's just like, "This is
yep,
it."
this is what I got.
Yep. And then we were like hanging out in the women's bathroom with all these other people, and Joe with his like baseball bat and mitt. Like
I needed
for
to defend you
hours.
from that storm.
Right,
The baseball
right.
bat was going to defend you.
Yeah.
yeah. So that was a good time.
And then we ended up in a hotel because tents broke. Like it was really
Wow.
bad.
It
yeah.
was crazy.
Like tents busted. We were in a
Wow.
hotel that night
So was this? Where were you camping?
Lake Carlos State
in
Park
Alexandria.
in Alexandria. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then everybody is like, "Shoot, we've got no like tents are broken. We have to go to a hotel." Okay, separate hotel rooms.
No, actually, this
So tents.
This was
tent
fun,
sleeping
too.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
But getting that hotel room behind four sturdy walls.
my mom and I and Joe,
We're sharing a room. And I think you and your mom shared a bed, right?
because my mom like refused to like we're not getting more rooms than what we need.
Absolutely, yes.
need, right? So we're gonna make this work. We're like, okay, great. That's fine, but it was very awkward. Thank God, Joe. I don't know. Like, thank God for you.
You
I don't know
tolerated
how
a
he
lot.
like lived through that. It was so awkward. Because also, as part of this camping trip, again, Mom, I love you. She mentioned a few times like Joe just didn't know what to do. Right,
Sure.
and when you're camping, there's like always things to do.
Yeah.
You go and like make food, or you're putting the fire together. She just, in passing a couple times to some of the other people, was like, that Joe, he's kind of lazy.
Oh,
Kind of lazy on this camping trip.
he's not going to be a good provider for my daughter. What have I
mean,
done?
Yeah, kind of second guessing her choices in life.
And it's more or less for me, like I hadn't gone
Well,
camping
yeah,
much, so I just
exactly.
didn't
No
know
idea
what
what to do.
things needed to be done. But if anybody asked me to do something, I would do it. I just didn't know how to take the initiative in what I was
Yeah.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And this is a group campsite with like 30 people there probably who I know nobody.
Exactly.
Like, so it's like I'm just nervous. I'm like,
Yes.
just tell me what to do. I'll do it.
He
And
just
then
had to share a hotel room with
yeah.
With the camp
his
bully.
new
Yeah.
girlfriend. And
Yeah.
Because this
her
was
mom.
in July, right? Like the same month we
Yeah.
met. Like this is really
Wow.
early.
Really
yeah.
early.
Yeah.
You guys, yep.
Just fast
Like,
Really
track it.
jumped
Fast,
in.
yeah.
And yeah, like he lived through it. We all lived through
Yeah.
it. But yeah, my mom was kind of hesitant at that point.
Does she approve now?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And she does regret ever
Her
saying-
actions?
Yeah, her actions, like things that she said. And that was kind of the worst of it. Was like, oh, he's a little lazy, and it was just that he didn't know. But
Right.
we give
Well,
her a
right.
hard time about it still.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she deserves that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so we just kept dating, and I think your initial question, which we have not answered, I don't know, was it like I didn't move back until we were engaged.
Oh, okay.
So our whole like dating was long distance.
And how long of did you date before you got engaged?
Wasn't it literally the following camping trip the next year
Yeah,
when I
think so.
proposed?
Yeah,
Wow.
so
It was
Okay.
at camping the following
Okay.
year.
that's camping.
And then it was sometime after that.
he wasn't
that-
lazy that
yes,
year.
Yes.
So-
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe did you
'Cause I
still
knew
bring
what to do.
a baseball?
I brought my
glove?
baseball stuff, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he actually brought more stuff this time.
Okay.
Because
Because we
Yeah.
do a home run derby when we're there. And it's fun.
yeah, and it's very important to have your batting glove when
Yeah.
you're doing a home run derby with
Right.
kids and
Yeah.
adults that don't really play baseball that often. But yeah,
Yes. I
gotta
take
have
it
all the
seriously.
things. Yep.
I take my baseball
He's
seriously.
got his umpire's mask. And,
Well,
yeah.
he was a third baseman.
First baseman. So I had a first baseman's glove. Yes.
Very
Okay.
important.
Is a first baseman's glove different than any other glove?
It is. It is a lot different.
Okay.
It's a lot larger and longer, and yes. So like, you know how like a normal glove has like the four fingers on it? The first baseman's glove is just like one big
Okay.
swoop, but all your fingers still go in it. It's kind of like a longer catcher's mitt, and it's thinner, so
Okay.
it's built like, because it's built to scoop balls, and
So yeah,
Sure.
good thing he saved it.
and it
from
gives
the
you more
tent.
reach.
Yes.
So
He
if
would
you
never be able to
Yes.
get one of those again.
Yes.
Well, and if left to you to go buy one, you'd just
No.
get any old glove and,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
first baseman do it better.
Right.
Yep, and went
Right.
down right.
So if you're ever doing a baseball podcast, we can go through all
Okay,
that. You know,
okay,
just make sure
perfect.
everyone is aware how baseball works and
Thank you.
the different types of equipment.
Thank you
Yep.
so much.
You can invite me back for that podcast.
Yes,
So,
yes. Thank you for tuning back in, everyone, after our baseball break.
Right.
Moving on.
Yes, because we are talking about
So wait,
love.
when
yeah.
did you move to Little Falls? When? I remember she was looking. So I don't remember the exact day or whatever, but I think we were engaged, and we were. I remember both of us were kind of job hunting for her to try to find her something, and I actually came across an ad for Lincare, which was a company, and I had suggested it to her. I feel good and bad about suggesting it to her because she got the job, and that's what she ended up doing. But she ended up, I don't know. You can say your
It was
feelings
just
about
tough.
it. It was a tough job. It was a very
Sure.
and she had
It
to
was
do a
very
lot of
different from what
she
I
had to
was
do a
doing
lot of
before.
on-call stuff and hectic. So then that was her job preceding the St. Cloud Chamber.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So
But
Okay.
it was like I was up in Fargo doing fundraising, working for a nonprofit, like
Sure.
with and then to go into home respiratory care.
Oof. Yeah,
like
that's a big change.
very different.
it was
Yep.
very different. So
Okay.
but I did it, and we made the move, and then we got married probably a year not even a year after I moved back. I don't know.
Yeah, so what it was so we had dated for a year,
Should've
got
thought through this
engaged.
timeline. Sorry, everybody.
So
Get
when we
editors
got
out.
engaged, it was like just over a year then that we got married.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so did you have to did you have a conversation with mom before you proposed? Did mom know you were going to propose on the camping trip?
She did not.
Oh, how
But-
does she feel about that?
Point
Well,
of contention.
So here's part of it is just me, like, I think just not like knowing like what the norms are with that or whatever. Like I was
Sure.
just, I didn't realize I was supposed to do that. And part of it too is like, well, she's the one that set us up. She should be okay with it.
Yeah.
So, and her mom can't hold a secret for her life. So,
So
I
it
knew
was
that
strategic.
people would find out if I had said anything. So
Yes.
that's the big part of it. But I knew she would be okay with that. So
Are your parents together?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
so my dad died when I
Okay.
was about 25. So
Okay.
he had passed prior to us meeting. So
Okay.
she was on her own, and she
Yes.
didn't like start dating or even think about it for at least 7 years after my dad died. And
Okay.
she was in her late 40s, right? So just like all of our lives just completely changed by that. So I do think, like, had my dad been alive, they were pretty traditional, but I think Joe would have asked if my dad had
Sure.
been alive. But because my mom like set us up, he's
Yes.
like, well, this is
She'll be
like,
fine.
I've got her approval already, other than the camping part. But
Right.
Yeah.
You had a lot of ground to make up. You
Yeah.
did,
Right.
luckily.
little did
Yes.
he know, she still felt that he should have asked her officially
Sure.
and probably brought flowers and like, made
Made
it
a
like
production.
a big deal, but he didn't.
Well,
So.
and the fact that she can't keep a secret would have
But she
changed-
believes she can, Ashley.
That's-
She
I
does
think
believe.
that's-
Again, Mom, I love you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the if you can't keep a secret, but you think you can keep a secret. It's that like subtle thing of like, if she knows, then she's just sitting here like Laura asking weird questions that she'd never been asked
She
before.
would have given it away. for
Yes.
sure. I
When
would
was
have
your
known.
last
Yeah.
manicure?
Yeah.
Mom, we're camping. Why does that even matter? Just checking. Just
Maybe you
checking.
should do your hair, Laura.
Yeah. Yeah. Why, Mom? You just might be in pictures.
Yeah.
We're camping.
we
Nobody
literally
should be
were
taking
just with your
pictures.
mom last night, and she was saying things that we don't think she was supposed to be saying. Yet.
Right.
Her
It happens
secrets.
all the time.
Just last night.
Yep.
So yes.
Well,
all
and
the
then the
time.
burden falls on you guys to be like, we have to decide if this is shareable information or not. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to say how we got engaged?
Sure. So previously, while
Wait,
we were
is that
dating,
a question you want us to answer?
Well, yes. Yes.
okay.
I want to know before that who dropped the L bomb first. I think I know the answer. Yes.
100% him.
yes.
Like, I don't know, at the zoo on the second date.
no, not that fast. Not that fast. I don't remember exactly when it was, but yes, I definitely was like, I was all in from the beginning.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't mean that like, of course he did. Like, of course he loved me immediately.
If you would have kept your tongue out of his mouth, you would have heard him say, I love tigers.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
I love emus.
Yeah.
And you heard, I love you.
muskrats are my favorite. I love muskrats, but no.
So
Making out too much.
yep. That's yes, that's exactly how it went down. I remember that exactly.
No, you did. I don't remember when you said it, but
Yeah, I don't remember when exactly either.
Joe is sensitive, and I appreciate him for that because I tend to not be.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
he balances me out that way.
Yeah, and I think just in general, you're a more cautious person. We talked about you're more pessimistic, whereas I'm more optimistic. And I'm like, yeah, I really like this person. I'm someone, and I think just in general, I'm someone that can make fast decisions. Like I can go to a car dealership with no idea
Yeah.
and like literally, I'll buy that car.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do I like it?
Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took Laura for a test drive. I'm like, yep, she's great. Let's go. We're in. So, yeah.
Let me get under the hood real quick. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for me, like coming out of, like I said, I had 2 very long-term relationships. Like I dated a guy for 4 years long-term through college, and then another 4 to 5 years, and then we got engaged, and then I had to break it off. So I just, after that, I was like, oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then engineer guy, there was a couple other weirdos, and I just wasn't ready.
Your
to...
dance card was very full.
It was.
So
yeah. Okay, I'm making it sound like I dated a ton, but I really didn't. Yeah.
No, I would say you had less like dating, but you had more long-term, like several
Right.
long-term. Whereas mine, like before you, my longest relationship, I think was 10 months. Like I don't even think I'd made it ever a year with
That's
anybody.
like barely.
Yeah, I know. So,
But
so
a
I
lot
did
of
a lot
dating,
more.
he was
I
like-
did a lot more of
lot
like
of-
small. I did a lot of online dating in college, and
Sure.
my 1 or 2 dates here or there. Some people maybe a week, and then a couple that were a little bit longer. But I think just that too. I learned a lot about what I wanted in a relationship and also what I didn't want in a relationship. And Laura was just checking like all the boxes very quickly. So that's the other reason I was just like, yeah, this is great.
And Laura's like, I'm not even going to click my pen open. I'm not checking a single box yet.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're not doing a pros cons list, like nothing. Like that even just made me more worried because he was so all in right away. I'm like, oh, no.
This
is a red
you
flag.
clearly don't know me very well if you're already so into me. I'm not even into me as much as you're into me.
Right.
Get to know me a little.
Yep. No, and we'd like, I think just to test things too, I'm a weirdo, but to test things early on, like we'd get into small arguments.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the lazy
Anime's not
Susan
even
The
Cool.
lazy Susan.
Oh.
He didn't know what a lazy Susan was.
or a veggie crisper.
And yeah.
But these are terms that in my life as a single college student or whatever, like who's calling these things? And
Yeah.
no, if
Veggie
nobody,
crisper,
if I
that's
have,
where I put my weed.
if I have never had an experience of somebody tell me that it is called that thing, like I knew what those things were, I just didn't know them by that name. So yeah, that would be an example of one of our early on arguments.
And your mom's like lazy Susan, more like lazy Joe. Let's just-
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. And then those red flags are there, and I'm like, oh, let's back off. Nope, we're not going to talk today. Maybe a couple days. Bro. I
How
don't
bad of a fight was the lazy Susan fight? I walked
There
me
were
through
tears.
the argument.
There were tears.
It was.
Not mine.
Yes.
Sorry, honey. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm understanding your family dynamic now a little more.
Yeah. Laura's been known to overreact once in a while. And so sometimes my frustration is, why is she this mad about this thing?
Yes.
Like, give me
But
a
it
break.
gives me like then I process,
Yes.
right? And then I calm down and like he's my calm in the storm, right?
Yeah.
So I look at him and he's like, are you kidding me? Right now I'm like, okay. That was too much. Overdid it. Like my sister quote my sister does. You know what I'm about to say?
Go ahead.
When she's like, Joe! Like, that's their impression of me. Talking to Joe all the time. Joe!
Yep.
You're terrible.
So I think we balance
Love you
each other
so
out a
much.
little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. He's like,
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
Laura.
there's been times where like she'll have like a flustered day at work or something, or she'll just be upset about something, and she'll call me and she's just like, I need to talk to you so you can help calm me down, and so I think she needs that, and it helps, and I'm always there, and she can vent to me about anything she wants to, and I help her through all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think part of it too is like I really understand her and like how we've had so much
I think
experience
he
together.
gets me better than I get me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So like early in our relationship when Laura referred to, maybe some tears were shed and not by her, but I didn't understand how Laura worked as much back then. And I took everything so personal
Sure.
and like all of that. Now it's just like, I really understand how her mind works. I understand what she's thinking. I understand her pessimistic mindset around things. And so I sometimes bring those thoughts, maybe like, hey, let's calm down. Let's get back to reality here a little bit. It's not as bad as you think. So she knows that I can kind of calm her that way, I think. So
maybe.
it works out. Maybe.
So, Laura, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah. What's in it for me?
I know, like, this is horrible. Okay, stop the podcast. This is making me look not great right now. I know, he is wonderful. I don't know, and I don't know why he puts up with me, honestly. Like, early arguments about the CRISPR thing and like Lazy Susan, and it wasn't like we were screaming at each other or anything, but yeah, I think I was testing just testing like how upset he would get, or I don't know, just trying to figure out the relationship. I just did not get it and wasn't willing to accept that he loved me as much as he did at that time. I do remember though when I realized, and I'm going to avoid your question of what I bring. I think it's
obvious.
I mean,
obviously,
what
she brings everything.
So much.
Yes.
Oh, duh. So I'm going to move on from that one. We can circle back maybe.
Sure.
I do remember though when I realized that I loved him, and it was one day, and I think he had a doctor's appointment, or he like didn't feel great, so he ended up going into the clinic after school, and I couldn't get a hold of him, and it scared the living daylights out of me.
Yes, I had gone to the doctor because I wasn't feeling great, and she had called me and I wasn't answering, and I couldn't have my phone on at the doctor's office or whatever. So, and then when I called her back after, she was just like really scared, and then that's when she said it, and so that was and I think that maybe that reality of like how she felt with the thought of me being harmed or something.
Sure.
And then that like maybe brought that emotion out, and maybe that was when she realized that like, yes, I really do care about this person a lot.
I guess. So, I must. Oh my gosh. I'm willing to be upset about him.
Yes.
Like not in my life for these 3 hours. And yeah, it was hard to accept that. But yeah, it was like also, scary to not be able to get a hold of him. And then I just knew.
So this whole time he had the love bomb hanging out there. He'd already said it to you, and you were like, whoa, buddy. Like, okay, shmub you too, whatever.
Yep, yeah. Or like, I like you.
Yeah.
I think I said that a lot. Or like,
and I think I when I said it, I didn't expect you to say it back. I just wanted you to know that that's how I felt, and it's okay if you don't feel that way yet, and that's fine. But
wow.
Yeah.
Laura,
sorry.
Look at you.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a good thing. Just
Yep, I now know what a lazy Susan is. That's what you bring to the table. You teach me all of the things that I need to know. You taught me how to take all the shortcuts in Little Falls instead of staying on the main roads, which takes longer.
Sure.
So,
those
things.
Yeah,
yep.
There's a more efficient way of living life, and Laura has all the answers.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That is correct.
So we've got the love bomb already taken care of. You finally reciprocated, and so okay.
Yep.
And then now we're back camping round 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Where I was not lazy.
Right.
No, he
I was not
not.
lazy anymore.
Like he
I knew what to
overdoes
do.
it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
He never wants that to happen again.
Now I'm
Yes.
pretty much waiting on her hand and foot. Like beverages are coming constantly. Tents being put up.
He is very
all that.
considerate,
Yep.
we'll say.
Yep.
Sure.
It's considerate.
So the engagement story goes as earlier in our dating, I think Laura had started a scrapbook, correct?
Yes, I'm
So
crafty.
She's
Okay.
crafty. So she had the scrapbook where she would print off pictures of us and do little scrapbooking stickers and things. And they would represent like our first dates and things like that. And periodically she
So I
would
did
add
it for
to
like I put it together for an anniversary and kept some pages open because like we didn't have that much yet, Like, I don't want to fill this with a bunch of junk.
That was a little bit of optimism.
Maybe.
You kept a couple of open pages for the.
I think so. And I think we had talked about it when I gave it to him. Like, we're gonna continue filling these in, and like all that cute stuff.
Yeah, so then what had happened was when we were camping, I had said, hey, I have a gift I want to give you. I would like to, just
I don't think you said you had a gift.
Oh, no, I
you
didn't.
Just said
You're right.
You wanted to go for a walk.
I wanted to go for a walk.
Like,
So my plan, so what had happened was a previous time I was visiting in Fargo, there was an instance where we had gone and like looked at rings and stuff. So I knew a ring that she really liked.
Okay.
And so literally, and we were just looking, we weren't serious about it, right? And it was the day I was going home. And so we had come back to our apartment, did whatever, and then I left. And I literally, instead of going home, drove back and just bought the ring.
Sure.
Like because it was a ring that they literally only had the one left. They weren't making any more. So like if I wanted it, I had to jump on it.
This is the ring right
this
here.
This is it. And
okay.
I call it the
like a little Eiffel Tower.
I call it the Eiffel Tower, and it's got like
Eiffel
diamonds
Tower.
in the side. She loved it. So like I'm like I know I'm gonna propose to her. I need that ring because I can't just get it anywhere. So literally the day we looked at it, I had gone back to the jewelry store and just literally bought it. So I had the ring for a while. I think it was like a couple of months before camping, but I had it ready to go. And so then I had told Laura, I said, hey, look, I want to go for a walk, just the two of us. And it was like after dinner. And Laura was not in the mood for a walk at the time.
Group camping, like 30 people there. We were all cleaning up from dinner. Like my friends and their kids were around. Like we were having so much fun.
And she
he's
has
like,
FOMO. She doesn't want to be around, away from the group, right?
Yes, you're taking me away from all the party.
Yeah, he's like, no, let's go. Like just for a couple minutes. I'm like, seriously?
And I could tell she was not having it. My intent was because there's a nice path and it like walks around a lake, of course, a body of water, right? You got to have that. So my plan was we were going to walk actually for like a little ways and get to like a private area and do it.
Sure.
And she was like so like not having it. Like we just got to the beach like not that far away.
She's like dragging you along.
And there was like a little
down.
there was like a little bench by a garbage bin. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're sitting by this garbage bin.
This is as far as I'm gonna get her.
Yep. I'm like, so we went and sat down next to a garbage bin on this bench. And I pulled out the scrapbook and I said, hey, I added to our scrapbook.
And
Let's
I'm
look
still
through it
like,
together.
oh, this is sweet.
Yeah,
but like
thanks.
all our friends are playing games and like doing cool stuff back at the campsite. And here we are
I'm
by
sitting by a garbage
can.
looking at my scrapbook.
So clueless. So clueless.
So we're going through the scrapbook together. So we go through the pages she had already done, just reliving those memories. And then I had added some new pages about some things. Yes, because she needed to get back. She had things to do. Snap. So I go through the new pages that I added for basically up until where we were. And then the last page, the scrapbook said, will you marry me? And I put us together on there and stuff. And then I got on one knee and I had the ring and she was already tearing up.
So it was finally dawning on me.
Yeah.
What I was doing.
Gosh, this is our moment. And I'm not going to stop at you.
Yep. And so once she was already kind of mad to begin with before I had done it, I proposed and she's like just crying, but not saying yes.
Right.
So I'm like, so what? Yeah. And then she finally like nodded yes. She still couldn't get the words out. She's very emotional, right? Which is,
as we can
see. Yes, she's very emotional.
Like, I
but
wasn't gonna cry, but I did.
She said yes. I had the scrapbook. She had the ring, and then finally got to go back to the people, and then she got to tell everybody. So.
And literally, my mom's first words, because she was camping with us, right?
Yeah.
This is like,
Yeah.
she was like, well, I didn't know. Joe, you never told me about this. Literally, the first words.
yes.
And then she was like, oh, I'm so happy, right? And she congratulated us. But yeah, she was like mad that he didn't say anything to her.
Yes.
But I knew the whole town of Little Falls would know had I asked her ahead of time. So.
Yeah, it's very true.
And I knew she would be cool with it.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was
Luckily,
cool with it.
luckily she'd warmed up to you at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're engaged, and this would have been we have been together for 15 years. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No.
Married for 12.
Yes, married
Okay.
for 12. Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
been 15. Yeah, 15-ish.
Yep, roughly that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2010, so about 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's weird that has only been 15 years ago.
Yeah, not long. Like we
Right.
were late in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, other than all obviously a lifetime of highlights, what's the, like, if you
No,
can,
we've been super boring since then, believe me. I don't know.
what's the secret Wagner sauce that gets you guys through? I think you kind of alluded a little to.
Just like a normal day, or just like how do I get through a normal
His
day?
coping
Like,
mechanisms are different than mine.
Yes.
I don't know, like We have our hobbies and things that we like to do. Like, I think part of it too is like when you're married, you also feel like you don't have to constantly be doing things together. So we each have our own space where we know we can each do our own thing, and then we come together and we do things as well. So
Yeah, we have some similar interests, but I would say like some of his nerdy like card games things and video games are like watching other people play video games. Like I just don't understand.
I don't need to watch you watch someone else.
Yeah, like I barely want to play the game myself. Like I don't care to watch.
But you do like playing Dr. Mario with
well,
me.
yeah,
Little
because
Mario Kart.
I'm good at. I can beat you every once.
The
in a
trick
while.
is we have to make sure she wins like at least half of the time on any game that we play. So whether I let her win or not, that will not be revealed because I never let her win.
No,
Never.
No.
But also when you're at risk of having a controller thrown or a TV knocked over.
Right.
Yeah. Or a
never
storm
violence.
And I think we have like our annual, like we usually do 1 or 2 camping trips a year. We've been to Mexico a few times. We'd like to travel and do things when we can. And I think we have really good family and friends. So where that always is like really busy. Like her family is very close, very involved, very close. There's a lot of family gatherings, so there's a lot of family time spent, which is good. And then we have some friends that live close in town, and other friends that we can get together with. But it's just nice to mix things up. And
I think we just do try to take time to connect, and even when I'm being dramatic or whatever.
Well, and I think it's just that we understand each other and how we work, and so even if there's somebody's upset or something, we know how to get through that. We understand what each person needs, I think, in some situations. So
he's still like maybe the greatest person I know.
Wow.
That's very sweet of you. Very sweet.
And I'm the greatest person you know, right?
Absolutely. You're fishing for that one, weren't you?
A little bit. I feel like I deserve it. I don't know.
You do. Remember, I was the one that was first the most confident that you were the greatest person that was going to be in my life, right? And I was very confident and optimistic about how things would go. So, yeah.
Well, that's a great place to naturally just kind of wrap up your story. You guys complement each other very well.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice balance.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. You finally found someone to hopefully maybe re-up for another 15 years with you.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even get into, like, we don't have kids, we have cats, and there's a whole story there or whatever. But I think at some point, I don't know, like 10 years ago at least, or shortly after, when we were trying to have kids because we wanted kids. But there was a point where we just were like, no, we are enough together. Like, we are everything we would want. So.
I wonder, I don't know exactly the statistics on anything like that. Like being able to, like, when you get to that kind of sticky point in a relationship where it was something that you wanted, obviously your mom had already known that and vetted everything. And then for that to not happen and for you guys to be able to still, like, turn towards the relationship rather than looking at something as like, okay, now we're unfulfilled or whatever. That's
even when there is, like, there's some pressure, right? Because you date and then you get married and then you have kids and whatever, and to like break out of that norm can be tough for people to understand, or they don't understand it, or they think that you don't want kids because you're not having kids, and not that you just can't have kids, and that you can't afford to do like all the things that you might be able to. And this was 10 years ago, so we couldn't at the time. But there was even people that suggested like looking elsewhere and turning away from the relationship, as opposed to turning in and deciding it was us. I don't know if many of those people are in our lives anymore. But we just knew, and that was something that like we went through together to say we can be okay and we can be better on the outside of this. Just it's going to be up to us how we handle it, and that we don't want to have regret moving forward. We're in this together because it is enough for both of us. We are together in this forever. Wow. So.
Yeah, I've always felt like, having kids is a great way to add to the relationship, but it's not necessary to be fulfilled, right? Like, I've always felt totally fulfilled with having Laura in my life, and I haven't felt like I've needed anything else. So I think that adjustment was maybe easier for me, but I just wanted to, and let's embrace the life that we have, and maybe there's things that we can do that would be harder if we had kids, right? So we're able to travel more and have more freedom and just spend more quality time together that way. So
Again,
just kind of
super
embrace that.
optimistic, right?
Yeah.
And it was like really,
Yes.
really difficult for me.
Yeah.
Really difficult for me to
Right.
get there. But he was patient, and I think I did all the things that I could do, you know, like we went through all the IVF and in vitro and all the things and for years, and it was a struggle to like get to kind of that end point and say like, okay, our life together is more important than what we don't know.
Yeah.
And we just want to focus on that. And yeah, we were able to do that and be okay. Like we're great, a great aunt and uncle to a couple of kids, and our kids' kids are like all like our kids, and we love kids, but
And
we
as a
have
teacher, I
cats.
get plenty of kid exposure.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So, yeah.
cats.
Yep.
But I think that was something that early on like really tested our relationship, and we just chose each other.
Wow. I love
Yep.
that. And cats.
And cats.
Yeah. How long have the cats been with you?
Well, Rhoda unfortunately was my cat coming into this relationship because I was the Mary, she was the Rhoda. And we just had to put her down in May because she was elderly and not doing well. And Joe had a cat, Big Mac. Oh, God.
You didn't like him, but I did.
It's named after
So
the
both
baseball
of our-
player, if you remember. Like,
That was Mark
here's baseball
McGuire's nickname in 1998. That's when we got gotten that cat. So that's
I was not on the scene at that time.
no.
Yeah,
That we
you
were in
would've
high
vetted
school still.
Big
yeah.
Mac out.
And then we got another cat, Maka.
Yep. Who
Maka's-
we currently have still.
Yep.
And then we're looking at maybe getting a new kitten or two here.
maybe.
We'll see.
Ooh.
Kittens.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm a big fan of the naked cats.
Oh, sure.
So,
Can't do it. I don't know.
well, okay. Maybe just put a pin
Maybe
in that
we
one.
can
Warm
talk
up to that.
offline about that. I don't.
Well, thank you guys for being on the podcast. I would love to get a picture of whatever cats you want to be featured with
Sure.
you guys.
Sure.
Little, do you dress them up or do anything weird with
She
your
has before,
Earlier.
yeah. She has. She's got them little Halloween and Christmas outfits, like little Santa beards and like little
They
reindeer
are
antlers.
so cute.
They don't like having them on very long, so
Yeah, and then they like roll on the floor, like trying to
Yes.
get out of
Try to
it,
rub their
right?
heads
And then
out.
rub out of the Santa suit.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and we've got pictures. Okay,
Yep,
I'll
yep.
be in touch with those. No problem.
Yep.
Maka, though, why is Maka called Maka again?
It's
What's
just
that
named
mean?
after an anime character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nerd. You know,
Okay.
I'm a nerd. I get it.
You make a lot of concessions for this man, obviously. Yeah.
Clearly.
How do you even
It's
put up
worth
with
it,
me?
you guys.
yeah,
Just barely worth it.
barely, barely worth it. Yep.
Well, thank you guys for being on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks
Yes,
for
thanks for
making
having
this so easy and fun. I'm sorry I cried.
No, that's
Times.
you're totally fine.
I'm so emotional.
Thank you for listening to the Love Story Podcast. You can subscribe to the show and you can follow us at the Love Story Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.